evening. Welcome and thank you for your presence at the first annual convention of the Black German Cultural Society of New Jersey at the German Historical Institute of DC. It's so wonderful to see you, and it's such a blessing to be here. This is such a historic occasion, and our convention theme is Strengthening Transatlantic Connections. Your attendance here tonight is an indication that we are well on the way to actualizing this theme. Before I will talk a little bit more about the convention itself, I wish to acknowledge and thank Professor Hartmut Birkhoff, the director of the German Historical Institute here in Washington, D.C. The GHI has been a long-standing cooperation partner for several years now, and we're very happy for the Institute's most gracious hospitality and constant support of the efforts of the Black German community. I also want to thank all of the helping hands of the GHI, the staff whom you've already encountered, and in the next few days you will encounter them, I'm sure, time and time again. These are Nicole Cruz, Heather Hester, Barbara Ameresingham, Christoph Boten, and Brian Hart. And of course, I have to extend a very, very special thanks to Martin Klimk, whose invaluable support and untiring assistance made this day possible for all of us to be here. And I'm just so pleased to have him as a friend. Thank you, Martin. In addition, I would like to express my gratitude to the Humanities Council of Washington, D.C. for their participation in our event, and to welcome their board member, Mr. David Rowland, who will be presenting the Champion of Humanities Award a little later on in our program, and to Mr. Hans Massaquoi Jr. for coming to share with us and accept this award on behalf of his father, Hans Massaquoi Sr. We are particularly indebted to Dr. Deborah Tanner Abel for her generosity and sponsorship of our keynote speaker. Her gift in memorial of her late parents, Irmgard and James W. Tanner, enabled us to cover the expenses of our keynote speaker, Noah So, and to assist in providing for the travel expenses from Germany for Yara Colette Limke Muniz de Faria. Yara's research on the post-war adoptees, known at the time as brown babies, is of great relevance and importance to many in our community living in the United States. We are also delighted to have with us today Dr. Waltraud Groß-Paul, Cultural and Scientific Affairs Officer of the German Embassy, and Helene Zimmerloh, Executive Director of the American Association of Teachers of German. Hi. There has long been a desire to create an opportunity for Black Germans who become acquainted with each other as a virtual community to gather and meet one another in person. It is our mission as an organization to encourage more prominent exposure of the achievements of Black Germans. An online survey determined that Washington, D.C. would be the preference of the online community to meet. This desire, coupled with our organization's concern that Black German history and the study of our contemporary cultures included in the curriculum of academic institutions, and that German studies and exchange programs in general become more diverse, was the impetus for this convention. As I had previously cooperated with the GHIDC in a prior conference and other events, this prompted me to discuss the idea with the GHI and ask if they would consider hosting the event. Thankfully, they agreed to do so. I'd also like to introduce you to our board members, if they would please stand. Carmen Geschke, President and owner of Protec Enterprises. And Dr. Leroy Hopkins of Millersville University. They've been planning this convention with me and have been an immeasurable source of inspiration and encouragement. Together, we thank all of you for coming and hope that you will enjoy the weekend that we have planned for you. We look forward to meeting and greeting each one of you personally, hearing your feedback and your ideas on how we might plan future projects and events. We are happy that each and every one of you could join us today and realize that some of you have traveled very long and far to be here. Your interest and effort to be here alone have and will indeed make this a very special and memorable weekend. Before I turn the program over to Mr. Rowland, who will present the Champion of Humanities Award, and our keynote lecture will follow, I would like to introduce you to Dr. Misha Thompson of the Commission on Security and Cooperation in Europe, also known as the United States Helsinki Commission, Mr. Ron Armstead, Executive Director, Congressional Black Caucus Veterans Brain Trust, and Yulia Brooking, Executive Director of the American Historical Association, who will each deliver brief greetings. Yes.